A family is torn apart this evening after a 13-year-old boy was hit and killed Sunday night riding his bicycle.
Happened just after 10:30 on Loyola Lane in East Austin. That boy, Pete Valdez, was hit by two different cars when riding his bicycle to a friend's home. KXAN's Casey James spoke with the Valdez family today.
It's a bad road right here.
13-year-old Pete Valdez loved his shoes. Sunday evening, Pete jumped on his bike to take these Air Jordan shoes to a friend who lived down the street.
There's no sidewalks on the side of the road for people to go by.
With no sidewalks and no shoulder, Pete rode his bike in the road.
He didn't make it to the apartments right here on this road. It's a bad road right here.
According to the Department of Public Safety, Pete was riding his bike northbound on Loyola Lane when he was hit from behind. He was then thrown into the southbound lane where an oncoming car hit the boy for a second time.
It could have been prevented if there was sidewalks down this road right here.
Pete's big brother, Jesse Cantu, is still in shock. He can't believe he's dead.
That was my little brother right there. I taught him everything, and I learned from him. He was a family kid. He loved all his family. That's everything I wanted to be growing up. When I see my brother, that's everything I wanted to be.
Pete's backpack still sat in his room as if he was heading off to the first day of school. Family says he was excited, getting ready for football season.
Getting ready to play his 8th grade year with Garcia.
Pete Valdez was 5 days away from celebrating his 14th birthday. His family said the thing they will miss the most about their Pete is the way he can make anyone laugh.
He would be nice to me. I would miss him always.
In East Austin, Casey James, KXAN News.
Now, you probably do not know that Jim Spencer knew Pete.
You used to mentor him.
I was Pete's mentor for 2 school years when he was in the 5th and 6th grade, and I'm heartbroken for the family tonight, for his friends. I saw Pete once a week and got to know a really good kid. Sometimes he'd act tough to blend in with his peers, but underneath that, everyone knew Pete was really a sensitive and compassionate person. And because of that, communities and schools, the group I volunteered with, took a really special interest in seeing Pete succeed, and he most certainly would have. I think back to Pete's generosity, always sharing any cupcakes or goodies I brought with it to him with his friends. He'd tell me about the things that he'd buy for himself, but then give to his little brother. And unlike the kids you hear about these days who bully others, Pete was the opposite. He was the kid who would tell the bullies to knock it off. He'd go out of his way to protect the least popular kids, and that's when I knew that Pete was special. We'll be sure to let you know about how you can help with funeral expenses. The family's just told us about an account they're setting up. We'll post that on KXAN.com tonight.